their name here in the call queue is God Almighty. Is today the day that the big dog has decided to call the show and put all of the speculation to rest? Let's find out.
Yeah, G-Man number 1. Yes.
Yeah. God Almighty, how's it going? How can we help?
It is well with my soul in certain aspects. Not in all aspects, I gotta say. Being God Almighty comes with a whole slew of responsibilities. Oh, there goes another asteroid that was about to destroy the planet. But I'm calling into a show, so it was a little harder to fling off. You'll have to
learn to delegate.
I've had a couple of King Ales before I called the show, so I had to liquor myself up a little bit to loosen up. You know what I mean?
Can God brew an ale so powerful that it can impair him, capital H?
Yes, I can.
There it is. There's the answer.
There, for everybody wondering, philosophers have debated for a long time.
I wouldn't say an impairment. I wouldn't say an impairment necessarily. It doesn't impair me, but it makes me feel euphoric.
So, all right. Here's the thing. I'm skeptical about whether or not you are in fact a deity.
I'm channeling my voice. Just I understand you have an hour show and such time to do it in, and you want to get as many calls you can get in. But you have to understand, I'm channeling my voice audibly at the same time, and I'm also channeling it through radio waves at the same time through a skull that's got to understand it and translate also my intuition, what my thoughts are intuitively in language using his own syllogisms. You know what I mean? So it gets a little bit complicated.
I guess I don't really know what you mean. So I'm wondering, I guess, what the purpose of
I understand,
the call
little man. I understand you don't know what I mean, little human. I'm sorry you can't think at the intellect of which I can speak. Then put me on the phone with somebody who can. Because I have ideas for world peace. I think you were told by the call screener, I'd like to see the world at peace. I'm a little angry that the world hasn't woes up yet.
So are you, okay, so here's what I'm wondering. Are you playing the character of God being mad about a lack of peace, or are you, a guy who wishes there was more peace?
The man who is channeling God does not wish to speak his own words. This is God Almighty.
Okay, so now we have an interesting claim on the table that we can get into.
There's a man allowing me to move his jaw.
God, shush. Kenneth's talking right now.
Now we've got an interesting claim on the table, because if you are saying that you are a person who is channeling the voice of God, the place where we're going to begin is, why should Johnny and I think that that is a true claim that you're making?
This is God. Who do you want to speak to? The young man that is channeling my voice, or do you want to speak to me?
Well, whoever can answer the question.
From him?
Whoever can answer the question. The question on the table is, why should Johnny and I believe that you are channeling the voice of God, or that God is channeling their voice through a person?
Don't you get the idea that anybody who claims to be the voice of God Almighty should be taken seriously? Because the book says that one day I will hold you in the palm of my very own hand, and then your eternal destiny will be brought out to you. Doesn't the book say?
So I've muted you because I just want to cut to the chase. Because I asked you, why should we believe the claim? And it sounds like what you're saying is we should believe the claim because a book says a thing. Is that what you're saying?
Not because of books is a thing. Let's talk about world peace, man. I have some really serious. The guy driving the vehicle, the guy I'm channeling through, and the guy that you're with, the guy that's on the show, the guy that's voice you're hearing. You're not hearing my audible voice. You're just hearing that guy's voice, my son's voice. Jesus Christ's voice, of course.
We'll talk about world peace as soon as I know who I'm talking to. Am I talking to some guy or am I talking to God? And I need to figure out what to believe here. Okay. So, can you tell me why I should, who am I talking to and why should I think that it's true?
The water and the water cycle come from? Where did all the water in the universe come from if the universe started with a nuclear thermal Big Bang? How can fire become water?
Okay, so here's the deal. I think that I'm asking you pretty easy to answer, straightforward questions. Johnny, do you want to take a stab at this?
Pumpkin. I'm pumpkining out on this guy.
Oh, Johnny, you're gonna meet the elves, Johnny.
Yeah.
Come on, you're gonna meet the elves.
So I'll give you one more shot here. Because there is a possibility that we can engage in this and have a meaningful conversation, and it can be interesting to our listeners and edifying for everybody involved. Why should I think that God is speaking through a person?
Be given. You want to hear why no proof can be given?
I'm asking you, why should I think that God is speaking through a person?
Because that's how I do it, man. Do you expect me to put my throne or my face up in the sky?
All right.
There would be mass confusion all over the planet.
That would be,
put it up in the sky.
That would be awesome.
There would be.
Yes.
So here's what we're gonna do. Because listen, I'm not gonna keep this call going. I'm gonna drop it. Because this is. I get concerned about people being disrespectful to the show and to our listeners. So I'm just going to make a blanket statement. Don't get intoxicated and call the show and pretend that God's speaking through you. This is not cool. Yeah, we have better ways that we can use our time. We can talk to people who are serious. Yeah. Johnny, how you feeling?
Well, I'll tell you this. God could appear in the sky, and God could also cast a spell of calm upon all of humankind and say, I am the Lord thy God. I've been hiding because I've been busy, or whatever the hell. I don't know what. But I don't need, I assume, atheists calling in to make fun points. Although potentially, and I regret maybe even saying this, it could be fun to have a conversation with a very clever make-believe God. In fact, we've had Jesus Christ on the show.
Sure.
Who's a lot more clever about it. No offense, God Almighty, but you're not as clever as the ales are making you think that you are. It's okay. I've been there too. I've been extremely witty at parties after a few whatever it is I drink. So, yeah, just stow it.
Well, now that we've got that out of the way, welcome again to Talk Heathen.